Darwinex Zero provides you with the opportunities to build your trading track record and attract investor capital to your trading strategy. In this video, I'll be showing you what to expect at the very beginning of your Darwinex Zero journey. Initially, after signing up, you'll find yourself on your own Signal account page that you can see here. Of course, because you haven't started trading in the account yet, there won't be much to see at the moment. But during this video, I'll be explaining how that will change as you start to open and close trades in your virtual account. One of the first things that you're going to need to do after signing up is get your trading platform ready. You will have already received your login and password details for your MetaTrader MT4 or MT5 account by this time. You can download and install versions of MetaTrader for desktop, mobile, or if you prefer, a browser version of the MetaTrader web terminal can be accessed from this link right here. If you're not already familiar with MetaTrader, be sure to check out the quick start videos that Darwinex have produced to help you get up and running as quickly as possible. You can find links to these in this video's description. Everyone starts their journey with D0 at what we call Stage 0, the Calibration Stage. During this stage, all you need to do is trade in your virtual account in the same way you'd normally trade. It's this that will enable our risk engine to analyse your trading style and perform an initial assessment of how you manage risk so that it can calibrate accordingly. We'll ask you to accrue a number of trading decisions over a minimum of 15 trading days, which will mean we'll then be able to package your trading signals as a Darwin index, ready for it to attract future investment. This raises a really important point that you need to understand. The difference between your Signal account and the Darwin index that's used to attract seed capital in the seed capital allocation program Darwinia, but also third-party investor capital. The trades you place in your Signal account produce trading signals that are then analysed by the Darwinex risk engine. And remember, this is a virtual account, so you don't need to transfer any of your own funds into it, meaning zero risk to your own capital. The key point is that the risk engine then generates the Darwin index, which is based on your trades, but with an adjusted level of risk, so that risk is comparable with all other Darwins on the platform. So to be clear, Darwinex acts as the asset manager for all Darwins and therefore manages the investment process. And as explained here, traders provide the trading signals that underpin the performance of those Darwins. The risk engine here allows for a fair comparison between all Darwins participating in the seed capital allocation program Darwinia, and also means better transparency for future third-party investors. And remember, you will get to keep 15% of any profit you make on those allocations and investments. That's a very brief overview. If you want a more in-depth explanation of the risk engine, remember those links I told you about in the description of this video. But hopefully that provides a good enough overview to now continue explaining the calibration phase. Even though at this stage your Darwin isn't yet created, you've already been allocated a 4-character Darwin ticker. This is unique to you, and is what will be used to identify your Darwin in the future when it participates in the Darwinia seed capital allocation programs, and also used by investors when they're choosing which Darwins to invest in. As you start to trade in your virtual account, you'll see the metrics and statistics on the Signal account tab begin to populate. These relate directly to your virtual Signal account, but you'll also notice these other 4 tabs along here. These will eventually provide metrics for your Darwin index, but of course they will only become active once your Darwin has been created. Remember, at the moment we're still in the calibration stage, so you can only see data in your Signal account tab. The purpose of this tab is to provide you with metrics for your own benefit. However, if your Darwin is opened up to investors in the future, they will also be able to view it. Importantly though, Note that we will never disclose your most recent 3 positions. This will stop anyone from trying to manually replicate your trades without you being properly rewarded through the correct investment channels. At Darwinex, we're strong believers that this is your intellectual property and we will help you keep it that way. The Signal Account tab provides you with a visual representation of your strategy, including statistics, a percentage return curve, what the historical leverage has been on your account, and the number of trades that have been simultaneously open over time. There's a separate video about the Signal Account tab where this is explained in greater detail. Of course, while you're in the calibration stage, you'll want to see your progress towards your Darwin being created, and this panel here on the right provides you with that information. We'll ask you to accrue a number of trading decisions over a minimum of 15 trading days, and as you progress towards this, you'll see the 2 bars advance. Once both of these reach 100%, the calibration stage is complete and the risk engine has all the information it needs for your Darwin index to be created. Following this, you'll soon be participating in the first tier of the seed capital allocation program, Darwinex Silver. Note that Darwins only get created when all markets are closed, and so this will happen on the first weekend after you meet the criteria, and then the Darwin will become visible on that Monday. You'll be able to see the status in the green countdown panel. But before you're able to participate in Darwinia, there's just one last thing you'll need to do. We'll need you to give us permission to read and copy your trades that will then underpin your Darwin index. You'll see this Become a Signal Provider panel appear in the platform. To give us permission, you need to click on Accept Terms and Conditions and then confirm that you've read and agree with them. Following this, your Darwin will be created the following weekend. Your calibration stage has now come to an end, and as soon as your Darwin is created, you'll be participating in Darwinex Silver. Trade well, and there's a great chance to get an allocation from your very first month's participation in the program. Remember, if your Darwin meets a minimum rating threshold, you're guaranteed an allocation in Darwinex Silver. More detail on this in the Darwinia videos. But for now, simply enjoy trading in your zero risk virtual account. You can find a link to all Darwinex Zero videos in this video's description, and a link to our next recommended video is provided on screen now. Also, to make sure you get all the latest news and updates on Darwinex Zero, don't forget to follow us on our social media accounts as shown on screen now.